All right, let's talk about a fascinating paradox that a lot of really brilliant people deal with but hardly ever mention. Why are simple tasks sometimes so incredibly hard? If you've ever felt like your own brain is putting up a fight over the most basic routines, then you are absolutely in the right place.
So let's just get right to it with this question, because it really gets to the core of what we're talking about. Seriously, why can a mind that can wrap itself around astrophysics or intricate code feel completely paralyzed by a sink full of dishes? It sounds ridiculous, I know, but it actually points to something very, very real happening in our brains.
And this is what I like to call the paradox of simplicity. It's that deeply frustrating disconnect between what you know your brain can do and the simple, everyday stuff that feels almost impossible.
I mean, just look at this. The contrast it's just wild, right? On one hand, you can architect complex systems, you can learn a new language, you can solve these huge abstract problems. Your mind just lights up. But on the other hand, a simple morning routine, filing some paperwork, or, God forbid, folding laundry, it can feel like you're trying to climb Mount Everest. This isn't about how difficult the task is, it's about something else entirely.
Okay, so what is that something else? What's really going on here? Well, that leads us right into the feeling behind this struggle, what we can call the pain of repetition. And there's actually a name for this. It's called cognitive underload. Now, I want to be clear, this is not just boredom. It's often described as a genuine state of mental pain. It's what happens when a high-performing brain, one that's used to processing things at lightning speed, is forced to just idle. It's given a task with no challenge, no novelty, no real engagement. Your brain is literally being starved of the stimulation it needs to operate.
And this quote, wow, it just nails the feeling, doesn't it? For a mind that is built to run, to connect dots, to solve puzzles, monotony really does feel like a cage. It's constricting, it's frustrating, and it is just deeply, deeply uncomfortable.
So that feeling, it's not random. It's actually a clue, a huge clue pointing to the real reason behind this struggle. It's time we talked about your brain's hidden hunger.
Okay, now this is the part I really need you to hear. Let this sink in for a second. The problem is not your discipline. It is not some moral failing. It is not a flaw in your character.
No, it's your brain's appetite. You know, just like your body needs fuel to run, your mind has a very real hunger for a very specific kind of food: complexity, novelty, and challenge. And when you don't give it that, it fights back.
And I'm not just speaking in metaphors here. We are talking about something that is grounded in science. This isn't a matter of laziness, it's a matter of biology.
Just look at this comparison. For years, maybe your whole life, you've been telling yourself that story on the left. I'm lazy, I'm so undisciplined, but the reality, based on how these high-octane brains actually work, is right there on the right. My brain has a biological need for complexity and novelty. This reframes everything. It shifts the whole story from self-criticism to self-understanding.
So what does a complexity-craving brain even look like? Well, at its core, it's a mind that processes information, like, ridiculously fast. And because of that, it's always hunting for new and challenging things to chew on. That's its fuel. The flip side, of course, is that repetition becomes mentally painful. It's like putting a race car engine in a school zone. All of this means it needs a really high level of engagement just to stay focused. Without that, the brain just naturally drifts away, looking for anything more interesting to do.
So what do you do with all this? How do you actually use this information? Well, that brings us to our final and honestly most important section: embracing your cognitive style.
And here is the biggest takeaway of all. Stop trying to fix what you think is indiscipline. Instead, focus on feeding your brain's hunger. Don't just fold laundry. Listen to a really dense audiobook on quantum physics while you do it. Don't just file paperwork. Turn it into a high-stakes game. Set a timer. Create a point system. Try to beat your personal best. The point isn't to endure the boredom. It's to layer complexity and engagement on top of it, giving your brain the rich, nutritious challenge it's literally starving for.
So I'll leave you with this final thought. Your brain isn't broken. It's specialized. It is a powerful engine built for complexity, not for idling in traffic. So the real question isn't how to force it to submit to simple tasks. The real question is, knowing you have this incredible power, what complex and wonderful thing are you going to build next?